I tried something new this weekend. I hiked fully carnivore in the White Mountains. In this video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I felt, what foods I ate, and what I would do differently. Hey, it's Dave. I'm an aspiring Appalachian Trail Thru-Hiker and newbie carnivore. So today I'm going to talk about what I had to eat in the White Mountains on the Mount Tri-Pyramid Trail Loop. It actually hits 3 mountains that peak out at over 4,000 feet, 2 of which are considered on the 48 4,000 footer list in New Hampshire. Total distance of the hike was 10.2 miles. The elevation gain was 2903 or 2,903 feet. The steepest part is a half-mile stretch to the top of North Tri-Pyramid, and it has grades of from 40 to high 60s as far as percent. It was, to say the least, super steep. We did have great weather. The trail was dry, and it is called the slides for a reason. It's just super steep, and if it gets wet, then you pretty much don't go up this trail. So the trail was a total of about 7 hours to complete, and now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I had to eat. So to start the day, I woke up pretty early. I ate at about 7 o'clock, and I had an omelet, which was 6 eggs and about a pound of bacon. The total calories for this was 1,290 calories, and while I was on the trail, all I had to eat was about 2 ounces of beef jerky and 2 cheese sticks. I don't think I had anything else. The beef jerky was about 116 calories, while the cheese sticks were 170 calories, for a grand total of 1,576 calories on the hike. On the way home after the hike, I had 2 hamburger patties, which accounted for another 500 calories, roughly, and that gave me a total of 2,076 calories from 7 a.m. to about 7 p.m. And just for kicks and grins, I estimated the percent fat to protein to be about 70% fat to 30% protein. It might have been a little lower than that in fat because the beef jerky was lower in fat. The cheese sticks were a little higher in fat, but overall the bacon and eggs were roughly 70%. So how did I feel during and after the hike? Honestly, from a fuel standpoint, I felt great. It was a super aggressive hike. I hadn't been on something as steep as that, or at least as sustained steepness as the hike up to North Tri-Pyramid, but I did feel really great. Of course, my heart rate, as usual, goes up through my nose, and it's pretty ridiculous because of how frequently I have to stop when I get my heart rate goes that high. With that said, I felt great from a calorie standpoint. Like I said, I didn't eat a lot during the hike, but I ate a big meal before. My legs didn't seize up. I didn't bonk. Oftentimes I would have a blood sugar crash if I had been eating more carbohydrates, or any carbohydrates for that matter. But what would I do differently? I would eat less in the morning, eat more during the hike. I don't really know why I would do that. I don't have any scientific evidence as to why I would switch it up, other than it just seems more normal to eat more frequently. But I guess I didn't really need that, because from 7 o'clock to 10:30, I believe we started about 7:30, and at about 10:30 we crested the first mountain, so it was about a 3-hour climb. in that span, in roughly 3 hours climb. And then I had a couple pieces of cheese sticks. And then we hiked another 2 crests, 2 mountains. And then I had 2 pieces of beef jerky. But I really didn't feel too hungry. I was trying to keep up on my electrolytes and on my water. I had roughly a gallon of water for the entire hike, which was like I said, roughly a 7-hour hike. That was the gist of it. I do know from my electrolyte intake, I probably should have had more, because right near the end, I started to get a cramp in my right calf, which I had had in the past, and that's usually when I haven't had enough electrolytes. But I felt, from a kind of a fuel standpoint, I felt really good in that I was able to just kind of hike it out. It was a long, slow grade. After coming off the steep section off the 3rd peak, it leveled out, and it was just a long slog out. And honestly, I felt pretty good. So what does this mean to us as carnivores? I have dabbled in the low carbohydrate realm as far as hiking in the past. And what I found is I was able to do that sustained. And once I am fully fat adapted like I am now, or at least I believe to be, because it's been 2 to 3 months of eating carnivore, then I require less snacking, which is kind of what I had told you earlier in the video, but I also don't have big blood sugar fluctuations, or I'll call it mood swings. It would just be kind of this sullen feeling of just fatigue during a time when my blood sugar is getting low, and I don't have that anymore, or at least I didn't on this trip. I can equate it to the change in the carbohydrate level from regular amount to almost nothing, if nothing at all. Maybe the cheese might have had a half a gram in it. Also, eating a large breakfast did not bog me down like it would have had I had waffles or pancakes and syrup. A friend of ours had, Pop-Tarts, and they ate higher, granola bars and all that, nuts and seeds and, gorp type things, which I don't know if people know what gorp is, but that's an old saying, which means good old raisins and peanuts, from back in the old style hiking days. But anyhow, so if you like this video, if you got something out of it, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also like it, and or like it, and maybe share it with some friends who you think might benefit from this. I do have a couple videos over here that you could check out. Part of it is my Appalachian Trail Thru-Hike prep, and part of it is the Carnivore Diet, which is part of my Appalachian Thru-Hike prep. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks, and happy hiking.